morning. All right. So we'll start in 2 minutes. Just gonna move my music back. So, hope you're having a good week so far. It's only Monday. Good morning. Welcome to Dalian Yoga. In this restorative class, we're going to really focus on changing the way you feel by changing the way you breathe, which we do bits of in every class. Today, we're also going to be focusing on opening the hips and the shoulders, a few back bends to open up the heart, and really focusing on connecting the mind and the body together through the breath. So, starting out with my favorite toy to do breath work, remember to lengthen your spine nice and tall. Keep that space between the ribs and the hips open as much as you can. So if you're in a chair or on the floor, of curling your tailbone back, like you're opening your belly button to smile into the room, then that will give you a longer feeling in the spine. We're going to start with the breath. So feel free to close your eyes and just listen to the music and the sound of your breath. Close your eyes. Take a long inhale. Feel your whole body filling with that pure breath. And as you exhale, slowly lower. Releasing the breath, feeling the abdomen move in toward the end of your spine. Inhale. And exhale. I realize I did put yoga on the description. It is Qigong. I'm sorry. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale. Guess I'm having a brain cramp this morning, so hopefully someone can edit the title. Breathe in. Exhale. Remember, Qigong is about stimulating circulation through the body, so that's what we're going to be concentrating on. Long breath in. Long breath out. Now, I'm going to stand up. So if you are unable to stand up and you're in a chair, remember we're going to shake the tree. So this is to encourage circulation through the body. Just do as much as you can with whatever movement that you have available to you today. So, if you need a chair, hold on to the chair. Otherwise, just try to keep your feet underneath your body. Move the toes in together. Extend the heels out to the side. Keep the heels planted. Lift the toes and bring your feet parallel to one another. Lift the shoulders. Drop. Knees are bent. And we shake like your arms are not connected. I want you to imagine you have something on your fingertips that you're trying to let go. So again, keep the feet wide and stable. They stay connected. I'm not lifting my heels or the balls of my feet. I'm just bouncing in the joints. Keep a long exhale. Yes, I thought it was Thursday. It's only Monday. My days are running together. So if you saw the title as yoga, it's my mistake. Do 3 more long exhales with me. Just open your mouth and release any tension. One more. Good, and then just slow it down. Come into stillness. Eyes are closed. We're going to slow everything down because that's our goal, to be connected with the breath. So I'm going to go at a 45-degree angle just so you can see what I'm doing with my body, but you do not have to change the position that you're in. Okay, I'm just turning this way so you can see how I'm moving. And again, I'm going to be shifting forward and back on my feet without lifting the toes, and I'm not lifting the heels. I'm just staying with the feet on the surface of the floor. So let's start by creating that foundation, lifting your toes. Keep the toes lifted and spread your toes out. And now lay them down and feel the connectiveness of your feet to the floor. Lean back in your heels as you bring your arms back. And my arms are out wide. Imagine you have an egg underneath your armpit. Leaning back on the inhale. Exhale. Now breathe in and pull that energy in toward your abdomen. So I'm not touching my body, I'm just brushing across it. Breathe in and open the heart and lungs, shift forward and drawing that energy in on the exhale, nice and slow toward the abdomen. Just like you're sitting in a pool of water. Feel the weight shift to the heels as the hands come over the abdomen. Lean forward, gathering in the energy. The more slow you create the movement, the more you're aware of that little tingling in the palm and through the fingertips. Inhale. And exhale, leaning back. Focus on the foundation of your feet. Keep those knees bent. As you lean back, you curl your tailbone under just a little bit. Helps keep your body stable. One more. Just let your arms hang. We're going to do the 10-part breath, which we did the last class. And this 10-part breath can be done in the chair. So I'll demonstrate one in the chair. Otherwise, if you're standing, you'll follow along with your arms. The difference is when I fold forward in the chair, you're going to bend from the waist. And as you bend, your hands are going to hover over the floor. They don't touch. All right? So I'm going to put this again at a 45-degree angle just so you can see what I'm doing with my body. Feet are going to stay planted on the floor. I'm forward in the chair, and my knees are going to be apart so that I have space to lean forward. Okay? My hands are going to be close to my abdomen, but not touching. And the wrist points straight up into the sky. Inhale, lift your hands up. Lean back. Open your heart, so lift your heart up so you're not sinking down into the spine. Exhale, follow your hands and fold from the waist. Bend your wrist. Bring your hands above the earth. Let your head hang down like your head is heavy. Make little circles with your hands, like your hands are the weight on the end of a pendulum. You could also imagine that you're spinning your hands in a big puddle of water. Think about something fun and playful that you're spinning your hands through. Maybe you're an artist and you play with clay or paint. Maybe you're a gardener and you're just smoothing over some dirt. Rotate in the other direction. You do about 8 circles in both directions if you are one who likes to count. And as you breathe in, you're going to bring your hands on the inside of your legs and slide your hands up your legs. Come around your abdomen to the lower back. Slide your hands up the spine, under your arms. Bring your hands out under the arms so my wrists are bent. And when I bring the hands out to the side, I'm going to shake the hands like I'm shaking the branches of a tree. And now rotate, pushing the spine back, hugging a tree. So my hands do not touch. They're just facing each other. My shoulders are rolled forward, so I create space between the vertebrae and back, between the shoulder blades. Take a breath in. Plant your palms together. Exhale, lean forward and bring your elbows in between your knees. If you're standing, you're going to be going down into a squat. Now breathe in. Follow your hands into the sky, opening your arms out and side. Turn your palms to the earth at shoulder height. Fold forward from the waist on the exhale. Head comes down. Great big circles on the outside of your legs. Reverse in the other direction. So again, the hands hover over the ground without touching. See if you feel any tingling. The intention of this is to gather up that earth energy. The earth energy is connected to the spleen, and the spleen has the quality of worry. The negative yin quality is worry. So we're just bringing in the strength of the earth, which is being open and curious. Bring your hands up the back of your legs on the inhale. Come around to the kidneys. I'm going to give a little massage to those kidneys this morning. We're adding a little extra time because the adrenal glands connect to the kidneys. Remember, the adrenals are what create cortisol. That's our stress hormone. So we're just going to rub there extra a little bit this morning. And then bring your hands back around to the front, and we're going to repeat. I'm going to stand for the next couple. If you're in a chair, just repeat what we've just done. If you're able to stand, again, I'm going to be at a 45-degree angle so you can see what I'm doing with my body. You just face me as you like. Inhale, hands slide up the body. Lift your heart as you bring your body up. Lean back on the inhale. Point the chin out. Fold from the waist on the exhale. Bend the wrist. Palms face the earth. Swim in that little puddle. And spiral the hands in the other direction, keeping the palms floating above the earth. Place your hands on the inside of your legs. Breathe in as you slide your hands up your legs. Come around to the lower back. Slide the hands up the spine, under the arms. Trace your fingertips under your arms to the end. Shake your palms. Breathe in, up the tree. Place your hands together. Bend from the waist, inside of the elbows pressing out. Take a breath in. Now we're going to look up. If you're in this position, draw your abdomen in, looking up because that's where we want our energy to go. Lift up. Follow your hands up to the sky. Open your arms. Turn your palms back to the earth. Exhale. Fold from the waist. Crown of the head faces the earth. Palms face the ground, big circles. And other direction. Now bring your hands up the back of the legs, tracing the kidney meridian to the lower back. We're going to rub again. Extra rubbing this morning. Again, this is regular over the rib cage. Bring your hands around the front. Lift the wrist. Breathe in. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Fold forward. Rotate the hands. Inhale. Slide your hands up the front of your legs on the inside. Round to the back, up along the spine, under the arms. Shake the fingers. Hug. Palms together. Exhale. Looking up, engage the abdomen. Press into the feet. Inhale. Open your arms, turn your palms to the earth, point the chin out, fold from the waist, crown of the head to the floor, empty the body, little palm circles on the outside of the legs, reverse in the other direction. Inhale, hands up the back of the legs. This time, bring your hands around to the front of your abdomen. We're going to make circles. So my hands are touching my abdomen, circling around. And just spiral the energy in. That's what this is called, spiraling the energy. And circling closer and closer, littler circles as you move in toward the belly button, and then just let your hands rest right below the belly button. So women, the left hand's on the outside. For men, the right hand is on the outside. Good. And now just let your arms rest. We're going to do a bit of the facial massage, and the reason that I'm doing this now, we are starting week 6 of self-isolation. So I got messed up on the days today. Maybe you are too. We're going to go into the pressure points again, just to remind you as the spring evolves and all the blooms start coming out. If you get caught up with allergies, these are a good thing to keep in mind to help you relieve your sinuses. Also, just to give yourself a feeling of refreshment during the day. The best thing you can do is turn off your TV or turn on some comedy. But until then, let's use your ring finger and come on the inside of your eyes, make 8 circles in both directions. So we're just going to close your eyes, gentle pressure, find that soft spot above the tear duct on the side of the nose, then reverse in the other direction. Now slide your hands down to the outside edge of your nostrils and make 8 circles. And reverse. Now bring your ring finger to the middle of your eye, so just as if you were drawing a line down your cheekbone, underneath the cheekbone, push up underneath the bone, and find that little indentation. So the bone has a little dent in it. So push up under the cheekbone and make 8 circles. And reverse in the other direction. Now take your ring finger and your middle finger, go from the corner of your eye to the hairline, and press in a little extra pressure here. This place is not as sensitive. Close your eyes as you like. 8 circles in both directions. And again, remember, if any of these areas feel extra tender, just spend a little extra time on them throughout the day. This is a simple method of opening up any blocked passages. Not only for the sinuses, these are all just little pressure points that help release tension. And now bring your fingertips, again, you can use the ring finger or the middle finger. This point is not as sensitive, but part your teeth, find the jaw hinge, and make circles. So it's right in front of the ear. And close the eyes. Remember, your face holds 80% of daily tension. So you want to just relax those muscles in the face. Now we're going to come back to the eye. Use your ring finger. From the center of your eye, go right up to your hairline in the eyebrow and make 8 circles. And reverse in the other direction. While we're on the face, an optional point is here. This is the Ajna chakra in yoga, but it is connected to the pineal gland. So let's make 8 circles. Rubbing, pressing in a little more strength. Reverse in the other direction. Now use your knuckles, bring them in the middle of the forehead. You can either do it this way or you can use your fingertips, go from the center and pull out towards the hairline. And again, just like you're brushing, but you're adding gentle pressure in this area. Now we're going to come back to the face and more points all over, but let's continue on. Use the middle finger from the earlobe, slide it back to where the hair and the skin meet. So it's a straight line from the bottom of the earlobe. Okay, on both sides. And now tilt your head in if you like. Find that soft spot. Make 8 circles in both directions. Again, if it feels really tender, you know that that's an area you'll want to return to a couple of times. While we're back here, we're going to go to the jade pillow. That's a point that's right at the base of the skull. So you're going to take, again, index finger or ring finger, middle finger, slide it all the way back to where the spine and the skull connect. So tilt your chin, find your spine, slide the fingers up to the base of the skull. Now lift your chin and let the weight of your head hang over top of your fingertips, and the fingertips can just be pushing straight up under, holding a sustained pressure. If you want to add those little circles, that's the next option. So you pick, do what works right for you. I'm going to do 8 circles in both directions just for being consistent today. You're going to do what feels right for you and your body. Now we're going to go to the top of the ear. I'm using both fingers just to try to be consistent to find the line. When I come up to the top of my skull, I'm about 2/3 of the way back. I'm going to push straight down. So I'm in the center of the head. I'm right between both halves of the ears. I use one finger and I push straight down with that finger. Some people make little circles. It's optional. You can just press. Again, this is a good headache point, and it's intended to open up the synapse between the 2 halves of the brain. So it's good for circulation. Release. Now we're going to use all your fingers and comb your hair back. So start using the fingertips. Go from the front toward the back. Just combing. Now rub your hands together and get them nice and warm. Feel the heat in your palms. Lay your palms over your face. Just let the weight of your hands soften any lines in your skin. Again, using a very light touch, as if you're barely touching your skin. Move your fingertips from your eyebrows up to your hairline and out around the outside edge of your face. And back of the front of the face, crown of the head, over the ears, under the chin. Inhale, slide your fingers up the front of your face to the crown of the head. Exhale, hands over the ears, chin in, fingertips to the top of the spine. Press the fingertips on either side of the vertebrae down to the bottom of the neck. Lifting the chin, slide the fingertips back up, front of the face, like you're washing your face with fresh spring water. Hands over the ears, tilt the chin in, fingertips to the top of the spine. One more. Keep reviewing these each week just to remind you that that's an easy way to release stress in the face. And when you bring oxygen up underneath the skin, it gives you a more youthful appearance, so they believe. It is true. There's one other point I want to show you today about headaches. So there's a point here in the thumb, and if you take your other thumb and you lay it so that the bend of your knuckle is in the meaty part of the space between the thumb and the index finger. Just going to bend the thumb and make circles in this point. If it feels really tender or painful, that's a point you know you want to keep rubbing, because it will help to relieve headaches. And rotate in the other direction. And once you've done a few in one hand, let's go to the other hand. So again, I take my hand, opening up the space between the thumb and the finger, using the opposite thumb, bend right at the knuckle. So where the crease of the thumb is, that's where you know you've found that point. Your other four fingers can be laying on the palm just to give a little extra surface and pressure in that point. Okay, now we're going to go back to standing. So first thing, if you're in a chair, remember this can all be done in a chair, is easy. We're going to do some swinging of the arms. So if you're in your chair, you just want to sit forward. So it's this. So if you're in the chair, you're going to still be tapping, and you can tap at your hip bone and right underneath the ribs if you can lift up there. If you're standing, same thing. Let the hips move so the shoulders follow the hips. My feet are wide, so in the front I'm like this, and I'm tapping at the hip bone and right below the ribs. So give in some good taps. Tapping in the fist can be done as much as you can tolerate. But the idea is that when you do this, you're sloughing dead cells out of the body. We're particularly connecting to these points because this connects with creating white blood cells. This is your adrenals behind the kidneys. So this tapping and the movement of the spine and hips helps to stimulate that craniosacral fluid while we're also tapping to get some new cell generation and flush out that cortisol. Good. Okay, now bring your feet together. In the chair, you're just going to do the arm part. If you're standing, I want you to try lifting up onto the balls of your feet and dropping down. So swing the arms up onto the balls of the feet, heavy down. Inhale, exhale, so drop into the heels. This again is for the kidneys. Remember, the kidneys and adrenals connect with one another. Put a smile on your face. Drop down heavy if you're in an apartment and you have a neighbor below you, and make them wonder what you're doing. Maybe they'll think you're hammering a nail into the floor with your feet. That's the kind of pressure you want to put in your drop. Good. Sure that you make like some relief, so we're going to come into the chair. If you are able, you're welcome to go onto the floor. I'm demonstrating here just for people who are not able to. So bring your hips forward again. Feet are wide. We're going to do the hip opener. You can cross the ankles or here. If you're standing, you could also be doing some hip rolls. This is a deeper hip opener, and our goal again is to create space in the joints. Hips are the center of the body, and they also hold the most dis-ease in our body. They're the center and the strongest muscle, so they're hard to open up. Lengthen your spine, point your chin, fold out over top of your thigh. You're going to come out as far as you can and just empty your body forward. Close your eyes and feel your body sink. Imagine any tension draining through your hip and into the earth. When you brought your body over as much as you can bring your hands into a fist and tap. Again, right above the pelvis. You can go down to the tailbone. If putting the ankle over the thigh is not available for you, just keep your feet parallel, lean forward, and try this tapping. Again, the tapping is there to get all of the loose, stagnant energy, flushing those toxins into the bloodstream so they can be flushed out of our body. Brush your hands down your thighs, empty your arms. Bring the chin in and roll up through the spine. Before we do more things standing, we're just taking this little break. Again, the ankles could be crossed. You're going to do whatever you can. If none of this is available, just practice keeping the length here and folding forward while we do the tapping. So we're doing variations of the full body tapping that we normally do. Again, just as a variation today, focusing again on those adrenals. So tall body, point the chin out, sink forward. Close your eyes and pay attention to your face. Now that we've relaxed it, notice if you're holding any tension in as you guide your body forward. Close your eyes and keep your mind connected to your breath. So any thought that comes into your mind, breathe it out. Lean forward as much as you're able. Let go. Send any tension through the thigh, like you're sending it out of your body with your breath. Create little fists with your hands and tap. And sweep your hands down, your legs releasing. Curl up through your spine. Unwind your legs. Next, we're going to do heaven and earth. So in a chair, the hands are going to cross. Your hand stays at waist height. The lower hand is waist height. The upper hand points up to the sky, and the thumb is engaged. So it points up, and you're going to twist. So usually, whatever arm is in the sky, we're going to twist to that open side. Push up to the heel of the hand, press down. So this is earth, this is sky. Come back to center, rotate the hands, exhale. We're standing, same movement, can be a little wider feet. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, Exhale, feel that twist through the hips. So my knees are bent if I'm standing up. Cross your arms on the inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Twist. Exhale. Push up through the heel of the hands, down through the palm. Breathe in. So I'm following my hand with my eye. So my eyes and my hands stay connected to one another. Twist and push up through that thumb. One more to both sides. Empty your breath as you press. Inhale in the center. Twist. And back. Lay your hands at your lower dantian. Feet come in underneath the hips. Lower your eyes or close them for a moment. Let out a long exhale. Release your arms. Use the chair nearby or a countertop, whatever's in your area. We're going to do cloud standing. So there is cloud walking. If you're familiar with it, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. But let's just start with this first exercise. When we go on to a few continuous movements, feel free to move around your room. The movement is the same. So think of your wrist as the feet. My arms are going to be empty. I'm going to bend my wrist as I lift the knee. In this part, you're not going to step forward or out. You're just putting straight down. The heel is going to come down and empty, just like the fingertips. Inhale. My knee and wrist are connected. Lift up. Notice that my elbow doesn't go much past my waist. My wrist and my elbow are in line with each other. That's the height. Flex. Put the heel down so the full surface of your foot hits the ground. And shift the weight into that leg. Leg is bent. Breathe in. Flex. Softly touch the earth. Just like you're touching a cloud. Inhale. Flex. Exhale. Breathe in. Lifting up light. If that cloud just lifted you up. Exhale. Press down gently. If you ever pressed your hand into a fluffy pillow or comforter, it's the same kind of feeling that you want to put in the pressure of your hand and foot. Again, breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Again. One more. Other side. Good. Back to center, hands at your lower dantian for a moment. We're going to do standing crane. Again, this is a balance pose. It's the same type of movement. The difference is your arms are going to go to the side and you can leave your toe on the ground. So again, the key isn't about how high your foot comes off the ground. Your toe can stay on the ground. And you can also be holding onto that chair or piece of furniture that you have nearby. Remember, you're not being graded. This is about connecting your breath with your body movement. So spin, right? All the weight's going to sink into one side, just like you just did. Cross your arms, sink into your right leg, lift the left. Flex the foot, exhale. Sink into the left foot. Inhale, lift the right. Lift the knee higher if it's available. Flex the foot. Sink into the right leg. Inhale. Now we're going to hold this a bit. So draw your abdomen in and tuck your tailbone under just a little bit. Lift your ribs up. Find your breath. Hear my exhale. Lift the heel. Exhale, sink. Breathe in. Keep lifting your heart up toward the sky. Keeping the spine tall. Flex the foot. Exhale, sink. You can do this in a chair, just lifting the foot. Bring the foot behind you. So in a chair, you're going to slide at the side of the chair. Exhale, sink into that leg, shift the weight, bend the leg, breathe in, knees bent. Exhale. If you're in a chair, the leg's going to go straight out. Doesn't matter how high your leg is if you're standing up. Squeeze in the glute of the standing leg, that'll help you sustain balance. Concentrate on the sound of that exhale. Bend the knee, heel first. Exhale. So from the side, a little better, you can see. Just going to lift my leg. Arms and leg are empty. Breath is soft. Bend the knee. Exhale. And now I'm going to lean forward and bring my leg behind me. So if you can lift the foot off the ground, that's good. If you need to leave the toe on the ground, just leave the toe on the ground. Think about lifting the ribs away from the hips. So you're keeping that psoas open. Arms are empty. Knees bent on the standing leg. Heel first. As you release the foot to the ground, switch the other side. Switch from where my chair is. And release the heel. One breath per movement now. Inhale, lift the knee, flex the foot, sink into the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just follow along with your breath. Other side. Hands come together at your heart. We're going to do a little more for the shoulders. If you're in a chair, you're going to be sitting forward in that chair. You're going to open your legs really wide. Hands are going to be at your knees. Lift the ribs so your spine's nice and tall. Tilt your shoulder toward the opposite knee. Turn your head, look over the shoulder. Inhale, as you come back to center, twisting, exhale, look up over the shoulder. You'll feel a nice stretch through the lower back. Again, that's where we're focusing today, on those adrenals. Feet are wide, hands at the hips. So if you were in a huddle, it'd be the same kind of position. Now you're going to just take one shoulder toward the opposite knee, look up into the sky. Picture a nice, beautiful sky. Give a little smile. Come back to center. Exhale, twist. Empty the shoulder toward the knee, look up to the sky, give a big smile. Inhale. Exhale, twist. So this hand is giving a little pressure to open up the knee to the side. We're opening up the lung meridian in the internal part of the leg. Inhale, twist, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, other side, twist. One more to each side if you're able. Twist. Feel your body release with the breath. Draw that shoulder in toward the knee, look up to the sky. One more to the other side, and this time give the biggest smile that you have today. Show your teeth. And back. Fold forward. So if you're in the chair, just lean forward. The crown of the head to the floor. Wiggle your shoulders. Draw your abdomen in, push your spine up to the sky, roll up through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. If you're feeling a little lightheaded, it's normal. It's what we call Qi. It's the oxygen that's come up through the spine into the brain. So actually it has a beneficial effect of calming the mind. So if you're feeling really stressed, one thing you can do, my favorite way to do is to hang upside down. You can fold forward. If you have a big fluffy sofa, you could also put your hips to the back and invert. Or lay over your bed just so you have your heart up and your head back a little bit. So those are some things you can do to bring the blood into your head if you're feeling a lot of stress. So this would be one option, or just letting your arms hang. So try that today if you're feeling like you're stressed out. When you fold into the forward fold, make sure that you're emphasizing your mind connected to your breath. We're going to serve tea again today. Again, this is for the shoulders, and our goal is to keep those joints open and keep the lymph nodes having blood flowing through them. So here we were doing this, which was opening up the groin area a bit. I'm going to bring my teacup. If you have cups, great. If you don't, it's fine. I'm going to show you a secret though. If you are doing this without anything in your hand, the key is that the fingertips stay up. So I'm holding this cup from the bottom, and that's the secret to keeping the palm facing the sky. The fingertips are up, and especially the thumb. So the thumb is the trigger point that wraps the tendon around the bone in the arm. So I'll be using one at a time. If you have a coffee cup or something you've been drinking out of this morning, be bold and give it a try. Bend the knees, and again, tuck the tailbone under. Draw the elbows straight back to the side. When my hand comes to my wrist, I'm going to roll the shoulder, so like a hunchback. Curl the hand behind you. Bring the hand out to the side. I'm going to keep moving my body so you can see what I'm doing. Lift your elbows straight up. Tuck your tailbone under. Make a circle into the clouds. My hips are going to go to the side as my teacup comes forward. Draw the elbow back. This is a slow movement. So if you're going fast, slow it down. Lift up. Inhale. Circle like a figure eight. See the figure eight? This represents earth and sky. Exhale. Circle, breathe in, lift up. Exhale. Roll the shoulder, lift your teacup. Exhale. Once you understand this movement, practice keeping your eye connected with your palm. This makes it a moving meditation. So if I had water in my cup, I want to make sure that the water didn't spill. Now let's reverse. So I'm going to take my teacup up and out, big circle, arm comes behind me, I'm gonna roll the shoulder. So bend the elbow. This is where it feels awkward. Bring your hand behind you, curl the wrist, lift your teacup up. Tailbone under, big circle, roll the shoulder. So notice my spine. I've got an arch in the spine. And then I tuck the tailbone under and I open the heart. Tailbone back. Tailbone under, arch. Tailbone back, open up the heart. Last one. I'm not sure which angle is going to work best for you. That's why I keep changing the position of my body so you can see what I'm doing. You do not need to keep your body moving unless it's helpful for you. Other than you want to keep the pelvis. So remember the spinal cord breathing. We'll go to that again after we do this round. Draw the elbow back, curl the wrist. Everything connects. If you repeat things enough, you'll notice a connection. Like all of us are interconnected. Even though we're apart right now, we're still connected to one another. Curl the wrist, roll the shoulder. Bring the hand forward. Knees are bent, tailbone under, teacup into the sky, from the side. Level arm, draw the elbow back, curl the wrist, roll the spine. Bring the hand forward, tuck the tailbone under, open your heart to the sky. Exhale, draw the elbow back, curl the wrist, roll the shoulder, lift the teacup, breathe breath in. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Reverse. I'm going slow because I want you to slow your breath down. Inhale. Big circle. Exhale. Curl the tailbone back. Breathe in, opening the heart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I know you might be tired. We're going to do both of these hands together. Again, I'm using the cups just so you can see what I'm doing with my fingertips. So the fingertips are facing up to the sky, particularly that thumb. Okay? Cross, slide back, roll the shoulders. So side view, I'm tucked under. I'm going to bring the hands forward. This is where it feels awkward. Bend your knees, cross your hands, bring your teacup into the sky. Exhale, curl, bend the knees, open your heart. Exhale. Just practice to the best of your ability. And don't be concerned about really what you're doing with your arms. See if you can get the armpits opening out. If you've had surgery and it's difficult for you, just do as much as you can because every little bit of movement helps to restore the tissues. That's why we hold it at 70% instead of trying to strain. Because your goal is not to be sore, but just to invite some more circulation into tissues that have been damaged. Breathe in, open the heart, curl under. If all you're doing is the spine work, because the arms aren't possible, that's okay. Focus on the spine. One more. Now we're going to do spinal cord breathing. It's essentially what we were just doing. So your spine's already been a little warmed up. We're just going to go a little deeper. I'm doing it standing because that's where I am. If you're in a chair, you're going to be sitting forward on that chair. Feet can be wide apart. From the side. I'm going to curl the tailbone back and squeeze in my shoulder blades and look up with a big smile. And as I exhale, tuck under, elbows come together in the middle, chin to chest. Empty the breath. Inhale, big smile. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Squeeze in, look up. Exhale. Again, breathe in. And exhale. Lower your arms. Bring your hands again to your lower dantian. Close your eyes. Notice how your face feels. And today, because we have had a different routine focusing on adrenals, we're going to brush down the meridians instead of all the tapping. We can do a quick tap as you like. You can use your fingertips and tap down the body or just brush. One thing that you can also think about in your home, if you have a loofah brush or in your shower, this works the same. Using the loofah brush in the shower, you just start at the top and brush down. Do the outside, inside, bottom. Both sides. Do a couple of rounds if you're tapping. Just continue the tapping. This is an alternative just to show different ways of doing this. Go all the way down to your hands. Same, lift the arm up as much as you can. Slide down the chest. Across the front. Use both hands as you like. Down the ribs, lifting the arms, getting under the arms. We've done a lot with the arms, so this little massage helps to just give the tissues a nice little warm hug. Again, down the back. So we've been working a lot on warming the kidneys up. And go across the shoulder as much as you can. This is where if you have one of those shower brushes, that's a nice way to get into that space between the lower back. So brush. Now brush down the front of the legs all the way across the toes. Do this a couple of times. Down the inside of the legs and the outside. And the back of the legs, so going from the pelvic area down the back of the leg. One more. Sitting in a chair, you have one nearby. We're going to do the feet, because you remember the hands and the feet connect to all the nerve endings. So we're going to rub the palm. Start in the middle of your palm, putting the thumb in the middle of the palm. You can have your leg any way you like. We're just going to do the hands and the feet right now. So if you're able to put your foot up on your thigh, this is a way to open the hip. You can open up your hips without much effort. Remember, the hips hold a lot of emotional stress. So if they're feeling really tight today, just keep a little extra movement. I'm massaging up through each finger, inside, top, outside, and bottom of the finger. Give a massage to each finger in your hand. Go to the other side. Thumb is going to point into the center of your palm. Push in really nice and firm. Other fingers are on the outside of your hand. So rub from the center of the palm up through the fingertips. Inside, outside, a little pinch at the tip. So for those of you who were with me at the beginning, place your fingers, rotate your wrists. Sorry, my timing is off a little bit this morning, but I was even on the wrong day of the week. So I'm not the only one that's having a little bit of quarantine problems. Wash your hands. Come to your feet. And if you've been with me in the past, we're going to rotate around the ankles. So I'll take my sock off. I'm going to do this a little more brisk than we normally do. I'm just going to move you through the points. So if you feel anything extra tender, I want you to go back to it when it's available for you in your time today. Bring the thumbs, go from the heel in through the arch of your foot. And then on the top of the foot, both thumbs are going to come down the length from the ankle to the toes, and you're going to go in between the space of each toe. And pull the toes back, use your fingers like a claw, massage right at the base of the toe line. And then take your fingers and massage each toe. I'm doing 2 at a time, 1 with each hand. Give a little pinch at the tip of your toe. Elbows going to come into the ball of the foot, right at the base of the ball of the foot. Rotating, giving a little massage to the kidney point. You can also use your thumb for this if that's better for you. Rub your hands on the top and the bottom of the foot. Toes nice and warm. Use your fingers, thread them in between each toe. Rotate the ankle. So just like you're holding your toes instead of your hand. Gonna go to the other foot. So again, thumbs and index fingers are going to be rubbing under the ankle around the heel. And then take the thumbs, going up the arch of the foot. Remember, if it feels good, do more of it later. Go up the top of your foot, 2 thumbs from the ankle down the length of your foot in between that little indentation at the top of your foot that goes down in between each toe. Just rubbing in between those bones. Pull the toes back, claw hand, rub at the base of the toes. And now, each finger, index finger and thumb, is going to massage up the length. Start at the base of each toe, rub from the base to the tip, and give a squeeze at the tip of the toe. You can even pull the toes back a bit if you're able while you're doing this. Just get some blood flowing in there. You may or may not be walking more or less now. Hopefully you're getting outside and getting some walks in, but even if you're just sitting, you want to get that stagnant energy moved out of your feet. Now, open hand, thread through the toes. Rotate the ankle. And now, rub the hands at the top and the bottom of the foot. We're going to do some breath to end our class today. So bumblebee breathing is something that's been a popular breath in our Qigong class. It is also connected to the yoga world. It is breathing that brings in a meditative state of mind. And you get to look silly, hopefully. You can make your B sound as loud as you're able. Remember, the louder the vibration of the tone, the more benefit you feel in your body. The vibrational quality goes through and opens up neural pathways in the body. So this is something that shamans and traditions of healing around the world have used for millennia, but here in America, not so much. Keep this in mind. If you're feeling stressed, I want you to just start humming. Hum, hum. Whatever you're thinking, hum it. And see if you feel different. It will change how you feel. This breath is the sound of a bumblebee. So bzzz, with the mouth closed, and the tongue goes behind the teeth. Try it. That's the technique. You're going to use your thumbs and close off in front of the ear. You can either press in front of the ear or put your thumb inside the ear to close off the sound of the outside world. Your hand's going to go over top of your face. Just let it lay lightly. Tall spine. Take a breath in. And join me making the sound of a bumblebee. Imagine in your journey that you're going wherever you want to go in the world. It could be somewhere you've been, somewhere that you haven't been, that you'd like to go to. Wherever you are in your journey, think about how you're going to get there and change the tone of your B sound as you're on that journey. I'm going to do 3 exhales in this breath to close our class today. I hope you'll stay with me to join me. Hands over the face, close off the ears, tall spine, breath in. If you join me at home, keep your eyes closed. Know that the journey that I took was joining my heart to yours and spending time looking into your eyes in person. If any of you were able to be here with me today, I hope you'll let me know, sending a little note. And until we get to see each other in person, hope to see you again on Thursday or next Monday morning. Namaste, have a beautiful week. And remember, hum, sing, smile. See you on Thursday or next Monday. Bye-bye.